Hello again, it is so good to see you. Thank you for taking time out of your day to check out where I am with my Project 10 pan. Golly, it's been like, what, 4 or 5 months? I feel like it's been successful. I'm happy to be able to move out quite a bit more of makeup from my collection. I'm gonna go on and call this the finale, even though there are 2 items that I'm still working on, but it's gonna take me a long time to get through those. So I'm gonna recap everything I finished today, and then I'm gonna kind of close out this Project 10 pan, and I've got, you know, some ideas of what I wanna do to finish the year with a strong finish before going into 2017. So to recap the 10 items that I chose to finish for this project, the first one is the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation Plus Concealer. Awesome stuff. I look forward to repurchasing this as I move out a couple more foundations from my collection because I'd really like to use those, but this was an amazing formula. I got used to the doe foot applicator, if that's something that's kind of annoying, you know, a little bit of a learning curve for you, but other than that, this formula is amazing. This would be a great foundation to wear in the wintertime. Then the next thing that I was able to finish was a jar of the Sonia Kashuk brightening powder. It's just a loose translucent powder. Very similar to the NARS translucent crystal setting powder, but this left a little bit more of a white cast. But for a drugstore powder, it is quite lovely and definitely more affordable than going out to buy the NARS powder. Then the next item that I was able to finish is the Pixi by Petra Makeup Fixing Mist. I found this at Target. It's expensive for what it is. If you're very sensitive for fragrances, I would stay far away from this. It smelled potently of roses, not in a, it wasn't a good way to me because I like roses, but you know, in small quantities. This, if you sprayed your face, it was just, you couldn't escape it. It was potent, a little too much for my taste. So if you want a setting spray that smells like roses, go for the Mario Badescu. I want to say it's the Facial Toning Mist at Ulta. It's also substantially cheaper than this. This, I paid over $20 for at Target, which is, it's a little high for a setting spray. But if you go to Ulta and pick up the Mario Badescu, I want to say it's what, $9, something like that. But I was able to move that out of my collection. Then the next thing I was able to move out was the Urban Decay Anti-Aging Primer Potion. I really enjoyed this. I did notice a slight difference, you know, how my eyes look. I mean, it still has the lasting capability with my shadows. You know, I wore it with Stila shadows, Urban Decay, and then, you know, a couple of Bare Minerals things that I would mix in, and it did really well. I'm wearing a MAC Paint Pot now as my primer, and I noticed that this did do a little bit more in terms of making my eyes look a little bit more smooth and slightly more lifted. I don't want to make that claim, but I did notice it looks a little bit different now using the MAC Paint Pot versus using this. So if you're wanting to find something that is more anti-aging, I would say definitely this is worth putting on your radar to check out because, I mean, it was a great primer potion. It never got sticky for me. The one thing that I was not crazy about is it has a doe foot applicator, so that got to be a really big pain in the rear as I got to the end of this packaging. But other than that, great formula. Then the next thing I finished, this was a long time coming, Benefit Hoola. So glad to call this done. I really enjoyed this bronzer. I look forward to using the backup of it in my collection after I make some more progress on my IT Cosmetics CC Ombre bronzer that I've been using currently, but it took me a very, very long time to get through this, so it's a huge accomplishment for me to actually finish a bronzer because I can get through eyeshadow in a fairly consistent pace, but bronzers take me a long, long time, so I feel really good about moving this out of my collection. Then I also finished a travel spray of the Stella McCartney Eau de Parfum. This was a lovely fresh scent, nothing to write home about or really remember or associate as a signature scent, but it was nice while it lasted. And then I also finished, this was another big one for me, my first liquid lipstick. I finished Kat Von D's Lolita. I scraped out as much as I possibly could out of the bottom of this tube. I love this formula. I loved it so much I went and repurchased it to keep in my semi-permanent travel makeup bag so that I don't have to have a lip product that I worry about melting on the go. But this is a lovely, lovely lipstick. It works well with pretty much any eye look that you could possibly create. It works well with a variety of blushes. This would be a fantastic choice for fall makeup if you're wanting to shake up your routine a little bit. And then for the items that pretty much done and the stuff I'm rolling over, the one I'm pretty much done in, Benefit Rockateur. This blush, I'm down to the very bottom. In fact, every time my brush scrapes the grid pattern, as you can see, I can see that I clear out these tiny little squares every time I use it. So I've pretty much decided that I'm gonna wear it till, you know, probably the next week or two. If it makes it to the end of September, fabulous. The reason I'll eke out what's left in here, but I'm gonna call it done for right now because I did get so far. The reason I'm gonna keep on using it is because I've fallen in love with this lip product that I started using after the Kat Von D's Lolita. This is the Bite Beauty Amuse Bouche Formula lipstick in the shade Pepper. As you can see, this is where I currently am with the lipstick. This has been such a treat. Probably I can say this is my favorite lipstick of all time. No joke. Besides the Kat Von D Lolita formula, and then I've got like MAC Russian Red is Holy Grail, Revlon's Berry Hot, but this I love so much better than when I panned Bite Beauty's Rhubarb. It's what I'm currently wearing on my lips. This formula is amazing. It's so comfortable. It tastes great. I love this lipstick. So, I mean, it's such a treat for me to put it on that I don't mind continuing to wear the Benefit Rockateur blush. The other thing I want to show you of why I don't feel so bad about closing out this project pan is it's also helped me to make progress in my Lorac Mega Pro, because in order to keep in theme kind of with the Rockateur blush, my Pan That Palette makeup, and the Bite Pepper lipstick, I've also been mixing, what is this, Orchid and Dusty Plum to get a mauve transition shade in my crease area. So that's really helped me to move out 2 more shades out of my collection. So like I said, I'm gonna wear those probably for the next week, maybe 2 weeks, and then I'm gonna be ready to move on to my very fall look. I figured that'd be a good time to start, you know, October, when we're starting to really get into Halloween and all that sort of thing. So wanted to show you that. The 2 last items that I did not finish, I'm gonna continue working on them. So it's gonna be like I'm continuing to steadily pan them. It is my MAC Black Track Fluid line. I'm making steady progress. I love this liner. It's Holy Grail status for me. So I'm just gonna continue working on it because I'm still working on Ebony from Stila in the Know. So that's where I am with that. And the pencil that never ends, my NYX Wonder Pencil in Light. I feel like I never have any different progress to show you, but that's where it is. So all I'm doing is lining my inner waterline with it, so I don't expect it to make a ton of progress because I'm using other products on my eyes. Thank you so much for your suggestions about using it as a lip liner, as an eyeshadow base, all those things. I'm not really crazy about using it as an eyeshadow base. It's a little bit sticky for me. And then as far as a lip liner, I've got lip liners that I can work through. So we're just gonna take forever and wear it in my waterline, and it'll be done when it's done. So that is it for those Project 10 Pan items. I feel great about it. Like I said, as far as moving ahead, I'm going to make a different intro video. But for this last couple of months of the year, I want to finish 7 products out of my collection and call it something like Finish 7 by 2017. I have 7 items in mind that all kind of cohesively work together for my fall looks so that I can have a strong finish to my Pan That palette with my Stila in the No palette, Z palette combo, and then move out some kind of orangier tones in my collection. So I hope you'll stay tuned for that. Have fun panning your items, shopping your stashes. I'm enjoying catching up on your makeup baskets, your project pans, your Pan That palettes, everything going on. I know it's been crazy busy for all of us, so trying to get slowly back into the routine of things, and I'm finally getting to enjoy some time, you know, a little bit more time to film. I've had company and been out of town, so I haven't had as much to start, but now I'm starting to feel a little bit of the break during the day where I can film things. So I look forward to catching you up on all the things going on with my makeup collection and whatnot. And that's about it for now. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll be seeing you very soon. Catch you later.